Well, years after a Christie veto, a measure to reduce ammo capacity is reintroduced. Assemblyman Lou Greenwald wants to reduce magazine capacity in guns to just 10 rounds. Right now, the state law allows 15. Greenwald, who first introduced the measure after the Sandy Hook school massacre, calls his initiative a life-saving measure.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Firearms Policy Coalition's Coffee with Craig. I am Craig, my coffee. This is where we talk about the Second Amendment, politics, culture, you name it, all relating to our civil rights and our right to be able to keep and bear arms. Today, we're going to be talking about New Jersey Assemblyman Greenwald, who has decided that he wanted to introduce legislation in order to reduce the number of rounds allowed in a magazine, in a firearm magazine. Now, mind you, I don't know where 10 rounds comes from. We'll talk about that in a minute. But once again, here's someone who has come out and basically said, look, we've got a new governor. Chris Christie's gone. Now, Chris Christie was a decent backstop when it came to protecting our Second Amendment rights. He wasn't great, wasn't perfect, but he was something. Now we've got a new governor. And, well, folks there in New Jersey, you guys are going to be in for a bit of a rough ride. Here he basically said in a statement that he released, our nation is in the midst of a gun violence epidemic. Now, as we enter a new term with the new governor, we have a real chance to pursue legislation to reduce the number of deaths by gun violence and protect our neighborhoods. Now, what I don't understand about this is, and I don't know where the assemblyman has been, but for the most part nationally, gun violence numbers are down. The number of deaths, the number of shootings are actually down. With the exception in states like California, which, by the way, have some of the strictest gun laws in the entire country. But then again, when you start releasing criminals out on the street, things like crime and violence tend to start to happen more often. But, that's how California politicians roll. But what I'm trying to figure out is that they already have a magazine capacity limit. I don't understand where the number 10 comes from. I mean, okay, it seems like a nice round number. 15 sounds like a nice round number. But where exactly, and I have absolutely no idea what statistics they have used to determine that 10 rounds is safe, but 15 rounds is deadly, or 11 rounds is deadly and catastrophic. I still have yet to figure out exactly why the number. In some places you have 7. Why is it that 7? What is it so magical about the number 7, 10? Upon what are they basing the numbers that they are saying that a magazine should have this particular capacity? I have absolutely no idea. The logic fails me, but it goes back to one thing, and then it goes back to that old concept that the anti-gun community seems to have. And that is that they realize that they can't mess with our right to own a gun, right? But what they can do is this. They can limit our ability to use it. They can limit our ammunition. They can limit our ability to be able to buy them. They can, or to be able to, when we can get them. They can limit the ability to sell them. They can make it so that you have to keep it locked away in your closet, locked in a safe with the ammunition and the firing pin locked away in another safe, and make it almost impossible. And then at the same time, reduce the number of people who are actually allowed to carry a firearm by disqualifying people, all sorts of people. People who have been convicted of misdemeanors, people for all sorts of reasons. They want to make sure, they want to do everything possible so that they know they can't get rid of the guns, but they can make it so you can't own one. They can make it so that you can't put any ammunition in it. They can make it so that you can't use it. They can make sure that it's old and antiquated. That is in the end the plan. So, New Jersey, you guys know this legislation now is coming. It's time to fight it. There's some great organizations there in New Jersey. We'll do what we can to help them and help you guys out in order to protect your right to keep and bear arms. And all right, folks, that's going to be it for today's Coffee with Craig. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to like and share these videos. Tell your friends about the Firearms Policy Coalition. We are the home in the fight for civil rights. Got to use them or you're going to lose them. Take care.
If you like our videos, follow, subscribe, like, and share.